Hello, Mark Wilson here, and I am making my annual Footeschabology prediction. Footeschabology is the science of predicting Super Bowl outcomes using biblical prophecy. Now, 2 years ago, when I predicted that the Eagles would beat the Chiefs, I miscalculated slightly. And it reminds me of what happened in 1843 when William Miller prophesied that Jesus would return in that year in October 1843, and it didn't happen, and he had to do some recalculating. And so I've done some recalculating now as I see the Chiefs and the Eagles coming back together again for a matchup, a rematch. And so I've looked deeply into the scriptures to find out if we have any clues about who might win this important game. In First Chronicles chapter 7, verse 40, we find that the chiefs are mighty men of valor. And this is very true. I mean, they're victorious. I mean, we've seen them be victorious year after year. And it's quite fascinating that the word Edom means red. Right? Red comes from the descendants of Esau. Edom means red. And in Genesis 36:43, we find a reference to the chiefs of Edom, the red chief. So here we have these chiefs of Edom, and so there's sort of kind of a foreshadowing of our Kansas City Chiefs. In Jeremiah 49:22, listen to what it says. Look, an eagle will soar and swoop down, spreading its wings over Basra. Basra is the capital of Edom. How about that? And in that day, the hearts of Edom's warriors, that would be the chiefs, will be like the heart of a woman in labor. The eagles swooping down, and the chiefs like the heart of a woman in labor. Now, labor can be painful. Labor hurts. And Hurts, of course, is the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, speaking of Philadelphia, the word Philadelphia literally comes from the brotherly love, phileo, the Greek word love. In Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1, it says, let phileo continue. Let Philadelphia continue. They've been on a winning streak, and we need to let them phileo. In fact, they're hungry for a Super Bowl title. Matthew 23:6, where Jesus is speaking, and he says, they phileo the chief seats. Like they love the chief seats. They have a desire for the chief seat. They're going after the Super Bowl trophy. In Obadiah chapter 1, verse 8, it says, though you soar like the eagles and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down. Now, you might have already had the Super Bowl trophy. You might want to soar like an eagle, but I'm going to bring you down. When you're on the top, there's only one direction to go, and that is down. But wait a minute, you might say. Think about the chiefs in Israel, the great chiefs like Saul and Jonathan, for instance. In in it speaks about this. It says that they were swifter than eagles, stronger than lions. Now, swifter than eagles might make it seem like that maybe the Chiefs might win this thing, particularly since Taylor Swift is the one that is like the mascot for the Chiefs. But I just double checked, and the last time they met each other, the Eagles actually um, won that game, and it says stronger than the Lions. Well, hey, back in September, the Eagles were the ones who beat the Lions 38-35. And speaking of Swift, of course, Kelsey's dating Taylor Swift. The scripture tells us the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, far from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. So there's a swift there, right? Do we see the swiftness? Um, it says, from the end, I'll bring a nation against thee. I'm wondering if perhaps there's going to be some kind of move or some kind of play by a defensive end of the Eagles that's going to maybe cause Kelsey to fumble or something like that. And as swift as the eagle flieth, and he'll fly all the way to the end zone. And of course, Ecclesiastes 9:11 says, "Unto the under the sun, the race is not to the swift." So I don't think Taylor Swift is going to have any bearing on this game as far as convenience for the Kansas City Chiefs. In fact, in Job chapter 12, verse 24, it says, He takes away the heart of the chief and causes them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way, that they will try really hard. Maybe they might even have a last ditch effort towards the end zone, but they'll get stuck in the middle of the field somewhere where there is no way. Now, one significant factor that we must consider in this game is the rushing game. Exodus 19:4 says, I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now we have the eagle's wings, which is the passing game, but we also have carried, which is the rushing game. It is not insignificant that Barkley leads the league with over 2,000 yards in rushing, and that Jalen Hurts he has the record for the most touchdown postseason of any quarterback in history. Well, the rushing game is going to carry them through. Judges 9:33, it says, And it shall be as soon as the sun is up in the morning, that you shall rise early, maybe in the first quarter, rise up early and rush upon the city, rush upon Kansas City. And we and the people who are with them come out against you. You may do to them as you find opportunity. So the Eagles will find all kinds of opportunities in the rushing game to score touchdowns against the Kansas City Chiefs. Isaiah 40:31 tells us that we'll mount up with wings as eagles. So there's that passing game too. And so I'll just leave it with Hosea 8:1, where it says, An eagle is over the house. And that would be, of course, the Super Bowl trophy being awarded to the Eagles, who defeats Kansas City with a strong rushing game combined with their passing and maybe some kind of move with a defensive end. There you go. There you have it. You heard it from me first.